Hello, this is Josh Morgan. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I've been sick, I've been busy, and I've also been kind of lazy, so forgive me for that. Anyways, it's Halloween. I'm going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. Most of you people from the 1990s and early 2000s may know what I'm talking about. It's Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, this show, I will say, when in its heyday, which was not that long ago actually, it was very, very awesome, and it still is to this day. And I actually would like to see more of Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I bet a whole bunch of people would like to see more as well. But this isn't about the show, per se. This video is a top 10 countdown of the most scariest episodes in no particular order. Well, actually, yeah, it has an order. Okay, so starting off at number 10 is the Great Fusilli. Now, I know a bunch of you is going to say, "Oh, Josh, why are you putting the Great Fusilli at number 10? That was obviously scary." Yeah, maybe for some of you, but for me, I am not particularly scared of big crocodiles or alligators or whatever the heck it is. I mean, seriously. Yeah, I don't get that scared by them. But what I do get scared of is, of course, those freaking little mannequins and dolls and stuff like that. But yeah, I never really got scared of, like, the Great Fusilli, only because of the fact that it looked cartoony and silly. But that is not to say that the episode was not scary, because it obviously was, like when I was a little kid. But over time, as I saw it, it was like, oh, guy wants to transform people into mannequins and puppets and whatnot. Okay. So yeah, that's number 10. Number 9 has to be the episode called The Revenge of the Chicken from Outer Space. For those of you who haven't seen the episode The Chicken from Outer Space, I would recommend you see that before you see the rest of the Courage episodes, because that episode was actually very funny, and it was done very well to the points that it can actually scare people. But what really got me on the Revenge of the Chicken from Outer Space was the fact that the chicken wanted to take Courage's head and put it on it, and if Courage did not comply to that chicken's orders, he was going to take Muriel's head and put it on his body. The ending was also very scary, with the headless Eustace coming to give Muriel her slipper. Very, very creepy. Now you know why I don't like seeing chickens being decapitated. Number 8 is... number 8 episode is Angry... Angry Nasty People. What can I say? Zombies scare me. And zombies trying to make a TV show? Even more scary. Enough said. Number 7... Wait, yeah. Number 7 is, of course, the King of Flan. It wasn't particularly scary. It was just very, very odd. Number 6 is, of course, the Quack Balloon. Obviously, I don't like Quack only because Quack is very, very... He's French, of course, so I can't say much about, you know, him being French, but man, does he seem to be like, and I hope to God that I don't offend anybody by saying this, but does anybody get the impression that Quack is a homosexual duck who is actually very, very creepy. Because I always seem to get that impression whenever I see any episode with Quack in said episode. Number 5 is The Demon and the Mattress. Now, the reason why it's so low on this list is because of the fact that I've never seen The Exorcist, and I've never seen, any of the Exorcists after that. After the original, but yeah, the original Exorcist I've never seen, so therefore that's why it's kind of down on the list. But man, when I first saw it when I was a little kid, it freaked me the hell out. I mean, seeing a woman's head fall off her body, it just gives you the heebie-jeebies. Just saying. Number 4 would be Windmill Vandals. Now, the reason why Windmill Vandals is down from, what I was originally going to put it to number 4 is because of the cartoony ways that it just, people get decapitated and then put their heads back on different bodies and stuff. But when I first saw it, it scared me. And also, not to mention the fact that when Courage takes the pictures of the magical symbols on the magic windmill, as I like to call it, and then the computer tells Courage about the history of the land of nowhere, the Vandals, and Farmer Giles Galette, it sets the stage for one of those classic horror movies. Ultimately, though, it was scary when I first saw it, but not as scary as I thought it was going to be. Number 3 has to be, and I'm looking at the episode lists right now because I can't remember all of them. Freaky Fred. Dear God, this guy was freaky. I mean, seriously, whenever I hear Freaky Fred's voice, it's like, naughty. And seriously, it freaking scares the hell out of me. I mean, don't get me wrong. The episode was very, very disturbing in and of itself. But Freaky Fred just made it even more freaky. That's why I had a long fear of barbers for a long time. But continuing on. Number 2 is King Ramses' Curse. Now, when I first saw this episode, I honestly was scared. Because, what mommy would summon a bunch of locusts, eat a car, and cats inside of it, then send plagues on a family that lives in the middle of nowhere just for a stinking slab. I mean, it was freaky, but the freakiest part about it was 2 things. 1, the CGI mummy. Dear God, that gave me nightmares. I mean, seriously. Try sleeping after you see that for the first time as a little kid, and you see that in your dreams. Very, very, very disturbing. And the other part was, I know what you guys are going to say. Why are you going to say this? That freaking loud music that plays when the second plague comes around. That gave me nightmares for a long time. That's why I never was able to watch that episode until I hit my teen years. Now, one honorable mention in this list is, of course, the episode called The House of Discontent. It didn't necessarily scare me, only because of the fact that the spirit of the harvest moon kind of looks like the Joker from The Dark Knight. I mean, it seriously kind of looked like him. If you look very closely, it kind of looks like him just without the hair, and you don't see his eyes. But the one episode that gave me nightmares for a long time and still scares me to this very day is the Courage in the Big Stinkin' City. Now, a bunch of you are going to ask me, well, why is it scary to you? Well, here's this one part in it. Courage has to take this box to this place that Trick tells him to take the box to. And he starts opening doors, and there's a bunch of random stuff. The first door he opens is Godzilla. The second door is a shark. But the last door that he opens before he actually gets to the right location is this little girl playing a violin. Now, normally you would think, oh, Courage is seeing a girl playing a violin. Maybe something won't happen. But when that thing turns around and does this jump scare like Pee Wee Herman's adventure, like the Halloween special, I think it was. Dear God, it makes you want to jump under the covers and hide. I mean, yeah, that just scares me half to death anyways. And the other reason why this one is higher on the list than King Ramses or Windmill Vandals is because I don't like creepy crawlies. So, I just made myself look like an idiot by telling you all my greatest fears episodes from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Happy Halloween! I'll probably upload this and another video that has me in my costume in later. So, have a nice and safe happy Halloween, and don't do anything stupid. Happy trails! God bless you.